Hello and welcome to another Royal Reviewer live pop-up chat, and I hope you've all had a really wonderful day. And I'll give it a few moments for people to turn up live, but of course any links that I do share in this video I will put in the description box, so if you're watching on catch up you will be able to follow along. We are going to be talking about what has gone on in the last couple of days. So, in case it has escaped your notice, there has been a big NATO summit held in London for the 70th anniversary. And, of course, because it was held in London, there was a big formal reception or welcome to all of the leaders held at Buckingham Palace and, of course, hosted by Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. And a whole host of senior royals were involved. Catherine, the Duchess of Cambridge, was present. She was basically also representing William, who is away on his royal visit Kuwait and royal visit Oman, currently at the moment. So she was flying solo. There were no tiaras worn. Princess Anne was there, Charles and Camilla were there, the Duke of Gloucester was there. So there were lots of senior royals, and there were a few moments which made the press, which we are going to be talking about in a moment. Two of these moments were involving Princess Anne. There was a moment where the Queen was meeting some of the senior dignitaries, world leaders of NATO, members of NATO, and Princess Anne was left, and she said something to the Queen, which we'll be talking about. And there was also the moment where a camera and a little bit of audio and a little bit of lip reading were kind of caught Justin Trudeau, Boris Johnson, and a few others, and Princess Anne was also there, and it appeared to be gossiping about President Trump, which we'll be talking about. Catherine, the Duchess of Cambridge, also has a new patronage gifted by the Queen, which I did make a video on, but we'll be talking about that too. And we'll also be talking about Jeremy Corbyn, the current leader of the opposition, who is hoping to be Prime Minister at our next election, which is Thursday the 12th of December, so not too far away. And we'll be discussing him in relation to the Queen's speech. So it is all very pertinent. Right, I'm going to go and find the chat room and see exactly who is here. So let's just take a little look. And I do hope notifications are going out. I do think they are. Let's have a look. Oh, by the way, I'm wearing my circlet today. It's the first time I've worn my kind of crown, my gold crown diamond circlet. So there we go. I hope you are enjoying the circlet. Elderly Poodle saw the lip reading part. Right. Okay, let's start with the first story. So, some people were saying that Princess Anne snubbed President Donald Trump and the First Lady, Melania. Where's my fan gone? Oh, I'm going to use this one because it's my new lace one, my new lace black fan flap. It's not true. Princess Anne was not snubbing anybody. She wasn't back-chatting the Queen. The Queen wasn't telling Princess Anne off. So if you've heard any of these really strange, weird stories, they are all completely untrue, because there was one journalist witness who was there, and we've also had lip readers as well to confirm what Princess Anne said. So what happened was Princess Anne was kind of like looking after all of the foreign dignitaries as they were kind of like being held in the doorway before they met the Queen and were sort of welcomed by the Queen. So the Queen looked over and saw Princess Anne standing by herself. And Princess Anne responded to, "It's only me." And she put her arms out like this, like, "It's only me, it's only me left." And that was pretty much it. Like, there wasn't a big hoo-ha or a big fuss. So in the article I've got before me, oh yes, I will post a link to the article because there is a video of it. There is a video clip that was taken. So if you want to see the video clip, I've just posted it now in the live chat. I will also post it in the description box if you're watching on catch up, so you can answer it. Not answer it, you can watch it. So there we have. So just scroll down part way and you will see the video, and you can play it. So it says in the article, the Queen was filmed gesturing to her daughter as she welcomed Donald and Melania Trump to the NATO reception, prompting the Princess Royal to shrug in response. Well, it wasn't a shrug, it was more of a, like, it's only me, it's only me. It was like it wasn't a gesticulation, but it wasn't, like, it wasn't a horrible shrug at the Queen, if you know what I mean. So yes, the moment indeed sparked a flurry of commentary on social media as fans and royal experts alike offered up theories on what might have been said between the two women. Really? But now a reporter present at the event has revealed that Princess Anne was simply saying to her mother, "It's only me," after the Queen turned to check which leader was next in line for the royal welcome. The details were produced by Laura Elston of the Press Association via Twitter. So there we go. And that was kind of it. That's literally all it was. So again, it's this kind of instance of people making a mountain out of a complete molehill. And anyway, who in their right mind would think that Princess Anne, the Princess Royal, who has been doing this for years and years and years and years and years, all of her adult life, would do anything to disrespect the Queen? She knows these sorts of royal functions, receptions, state occasions, whatever they might be, like the back of her hand. She is a pro, a hard-working pro, so never ever underestimate or question Princess Anne. She will have your guts for garters. Let's put it that way. I'm glad people are getting notifications. That's really, really good. Linda says, talking to someone else, that you never said that Princess Anne had snubbed. Oh, the Queen had snubbed Trump. No, the Queen has not snubbed Trump. Nobody, no royal has snubbed President Trump. And I heard someone say that Charles didn't shake his hand. That's completely false too. If you watch my video, I showed where Charles and Camilla welcomed President Trump to Clarence House prior to the Buckingham Palace reception, and he shook hands. He also shook hands in the palace as well. There was one little clip that people had been speculating on. So in the line at Buckingham Palace, Prince Charles went to scratch his nose like that, and some people were saying that he was giving President Trump the middle finger. No, I don't think it was. To me, it just looked like a genuine itch, when you get an itch. So no, I don't think he was. But anyway, he did scratch his nose, but I don't think it was the middle finger. Let's put it that way. Marilyn says, totally agree about Princess Anne's professionalism. She is a complete professional. That was the word I was looking for. And yeah, never ever doubt Princess Anne. She will come for you, and she keeps receipts. She does indeed. Jill Beck says, what did Anne expect, a grand entrance? Well, I mean, she was just kind of stood there. I mean, I suppose she could have wandered over. If she knew she was the last person, she could have wandered over. But I think she was just allowing the foreign dignitaries to have their moment. Again, she was being professional. Who wore the circlet? Nobody. It's just one that was gifted. So I'm wearing it. Adrian says, oh my God, it was a genuine itch. I do think it was just a genuine... Even princes, my loves, even princes of Wales have itches that sometimes need scratching. Those annoying ones that you just have to get. I think it was one of those. Adriana Page says, she keeps receipts. Look, it's true. Princess Anne is the sort of person that would keep receipts. Most definitely. She most definitely would. Right, we are going to move on to the next story because I'm done with that one. So, the next one is about the gossiping. So, apparently, well, not apparently, there was actual footage from inside Buckingham Palace of, I'm just trying to scroll down to see the actual photo. Yes, it was President Trudeau, President Macron of France, Boris Johnson, Princess Anne, and a few others in a circle. Now, I will say, from Princess Anne's point of view, we do not see Princess Anne joining in on the conversation, what's being said, but she was certainly party to it. She was certainly listening. I mean, Princess Anne has eyes and ears everywhere, and you can see clearly in the photo her bouffant hair is there. So it was most definitely Princess Anne. Nobody else has that hair. So Princess Anne was there, and she was listening in. She is the eyes and ears of the Queen. The Queen has sent her roving reporter out in the form of Princess Anne, her mini-me. She sent out her mini-me. And anyway, the group were basically discussing President Trump's decision to hold a more lengthy question and answer session prior to the Buckingham Palace reception, which apparently, I think they were saying it might have made Justin Trudeau a bit late, or it affected the order or time schedules of the arrivals at the palace, that kind of thing. And President and Prime Minister Trudeau was basically saying that when President Trump announced that he was going to do longer, that his team's jaw dropped, and they were just having a bit of a gossip, a bit of a chinwag, but they did not know that the cameras and there was a little bit of audio being picked up, lip readers and all of that. And of course Princess Anne was also party to it. Now, after all of this had come to light, President Trump, in an interview, called Justin Trudeau two-faced. But then he quickly added that he still liked him. So he called him two-faced and then said that he liked him. Yeah, get from that what you will. Anyway, that was kind of what went on. So I will again post a link, and there is a picture of obviously the discussion, and there is a clip of President Trump calling Justin Trudeau two-faced, but also saying that he liked him at the same time. Jill Beck says, Macron and Trudeau are both still boys waiting to be men. Jojo says, nobody else has that hair. They don't. Who else has Princess Anne's hair other than Princess Anne? She must have copyrighted it. I think she's trademarked that hair. I really do. Shrona says, have an idea. Your certificate that you have on the floor, why don't you put it in the gap? Oh, I've bought things. I've actually bought some Velcro adhesive tape to stick them on the wall so it doesn't ruin my walls. Let's have a look. PP says, the actress who plays Princess Anne in the new season of The Crown is just brilliant. Do you know what? I'm still on episode 3 because I'm savouring it. I hate... Well, first off, I'm not a binge watcher. I don't do binge watching. But also, anything royal I like to savour. So I'm kind of trying to do one a week just to kind of lengthen it out. I know you're probably thinking, how can I resist the temptation? But I do. Right, I am going to move on to the next one, which was Catherine, the Duchess of Cambridge's new patronage. Now, I thought this was lovely. I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't expecting a new patronage to be announced, but the Queen has obviously felt that Catherine's associations with the work that she's been doing with families and mental health over the last 8 years was really, really fitting for this particular charity. And the Queen, I think, will continue to scale back her patronages over the coming years. And I think she was probably really, really, really pleased and happy and excited to be able to hand over that particular charity to a very natural fit, which was, of course, with Catherine, the Duchess of Cambridge, and that was for family action. And when you read up about it, it does squarely fit with all the work that she has been doing over the past 8 years. So I will post a link to the full statement. So in the video that I made, I didn't have time to read the entire statement and background about the charity, but I will pop the link in there so that you can read up on it if you want to. There was quite a volume of words. So if you want further information on that, that was really, really good. And again, she always looks immaculate on these engagements. And there was a little bit of footage. Then there were some photos posted by Family Action, which I included in the video. So I hope you all really enjoyed that. TV Brazil says, "You're British." I am indeed. A genuine Brit. Adriana says, "Catherine looked quite happy and at ease in the new Patronage." Yes, I think it was just a really, really natural fit. And I think we'll be seeing more of these sort of random patronage handovers to different royals whenever something comes up that is a really, really natural, good fit. And that most definitely was. Fiona, yes, I agree. It's right up Catherine's alley entirely. Now, I'm going to move on to the final story, which is Jeremy Corbyn. Now, Jeremy Corbyn is the leader of the opposition. So that's the second political party in Britain at the moment. So he is challenger to be Prime Minister in the UK on our December the 12th general election against Boris Johnson. So in all likelihood, I mean, there are other parties, but in all likelihood, we pretty much have a two-party system, has been traditionally. We have had coalitions in the past, but traditionally it's kind of a two-party system. So it will either be Boris Johnson with the Conservatives, or, you know, or possibly Jeremy Corbyn with Labour Party, or some kind of coalition, or anyway, anything could happen. But Jeremy Corbyn is a contender, and he was asked in an interview about the Queen's speech. Now, what was rather interesting was that he kind of said that he did watch the Queen's speech because he's trying to sound patriotic. But he got it wrong. Who watches the Queen's Christmas speech will know that it's not on Christmas morning. It's on in Christmas afternoon. Oh, have I noon? Oh, have I frozen? Have I frozen? If I've frozen, please refresh. In fact, I'm going to refresh my own screen. There we go. So just refresh. But yes, we all know that the Queen's Christmas speech is at 3 p.m. Oh, hang on. Is it frozen? Right, if you can hear me, please type. If you can hear me, please type, you know, the... Okay, I'm back. Okay, I think that was just confusing me. So I don't know if it was just frozen for Sharona or everyone else. But anyway, we all know that the Queen's Christmas speech is at 3 p.m. on Christmas Day in the afternoon, 3 p.m. So Jeremy Corbyn quite clearly doesn't watch the Queen's Christmas speech. The interview has been described as cringeworthy, and it was on ITV with Julie Etchingham. In it, I'm just trying to find the direct quote. Here we go. Right, here we go. Julie Etchingham asked, "Do you sit down to watch the Queen's speech, Mr. Corbyn?" And Jeremy Corbyn replied, "It's on the morning usually. We have it on some of the time." Etchingham said, "It's not on in the morning. It's at 3 o'clock in the afternoon." Corbyn says, "It's when it's repeated in the afternoon." Etchingham said, "So you don't sit down as a family to watch the Queen's speech?" Corbyn said, "We don't watch television very much on Christmas Day, maybe a film in the evening. I'd like to do a bit of exercise on Christmas morning." Etchingham says, "You do some exercise on Christmas morning. I don't think the Queen's speech is in the morning. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. That's when everybody watches it." Corbyn said, "Well, our Christmas is sometimes..." Etchingham said, "You don't watch it, do you, Mr. Corbyn?" And Corbyn says, "There is lots to do. I enjoy the presence of my family and friends around Christmas, obviously like everyone else does. And I also visit the homeless shelter either on Christmas Day or the day before to talk to and listen to people's lives about how they could be made better with a government that cared for them. So that was the kind of section of it. But he doesn't watch the Queen's speech. Well, my goodness. I think he'll be watching it this year. Not watching the Queen's speech. Maybe he should watch mine. Maybe. Ugh. Zlee says, oh, the Australian magrag had got an old picture of Catherine while pregnant with the headline saying Catherine's pregnant with twins. Where's my fan flap? Ugh. Seriously? Did she look pregnant with twins to you? Ma'am. I don't think so. Right, I'm just kind of going up again. Marilyn says, Jeremy Corbyn interview about the Queen's speech. Yes, my one froze too, but you were back quite quickly. Oh, there we go. That's fine then. I'm glad I was back very, very quickly. How many patronages does the Queen still hold? I think it's still in excess of 300. I'm not sure the exact tally, but I think it's still in excess of 300 currently. I'm sure. I will do a quick Google search to see. Because I'm sure it will be there. Let me just have a little check. Here we go. Right. I'm on the Queen's Patronages section of the Royal Family official website, and we'll just see if it mentions actual numbers. But I think it's in it. Oh, Her Majesty is... I stand corrected. Her Majesty is currently patron of more than 600 organisations. There we go. So she is still in excess of 600. That was more than what I thought. Double the amount that I thought. And yeah, wow. I mean, that is an awful, awful lot. So I do think we will be seeing quite a lot of handovers coming up. Sharona says, wow, that's a lot to go round the family in time. Most definitely. Yes, there's been rumours about Catherine being pregnant since George. And I don't think that's going to lighten up anytime soon. Ellie Poodle says, I don't believe any news report after I saw an expose on florists. What? Nothing was true and I spent 35 years. Yes, 600 plus, my goodness. And yes, I agree. Wow, at 93 years old, that is just a phenomenal, phenomenal, phenomenal amount. Right, I am going to leave today's chat here. I've enjoyed talking about all the different stories and things that have been going on over the last few days. What day is it tomorrow? It is Thursday tomorrow, I do believe, unless I'm completely mistaken. So I will be doing my patrons only chat. I'm thinking, well, I'm still going to work out a time for the patrons only chat. Hopefully I'll be able to do it a bit later tomorrow, because for the past few weeks I've been doing it a bit early, but I may be able to do one. So I'm flicking my fan around. I have a tassel. Do you see my tassel? I may be able to do it round about this time tomorrow. So look out for that. So if you want to get, what I normally do is send out the link to patrons a couple of hours before I go live. So if you want to join my Patreon, you've literally got almost 24 hours to join to get the link. Well, no, probably about 22 hours to join to get the link. So just go to www.patreon.com, search for Royal Reviewer, and you will find me. I'll just type a link in the chat room. Oop, hang on. Okay, I think that should work. Maybe anyway, just search that if you want to join. So I'm going to leave it here now. I hope you've all had a really, really great day. I hope you're going to have a really, really great day tomorrow. So if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a big old thumbs up. Don't forget to share it on social media, and also do hit that bell so that you know whenever I upload a new video. Also, please do subscribe to the channel. So from me, until tomorrow in Shropshire, mwah to you all, and goodbye.